On third down, here's Kamara. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Gain of only a yard. It's fourth down.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's the Raiders punter now. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Returnable for Lockett. That'll give us a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 21-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll throw from the gun. He'll find Metcalf. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And the Raiders have got him. Maurice Hurst able to record his 5th sack of the season. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
A gain of 40 yards. 1st down, Seahawks.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Tyler Lockett.
Tyler Lockett. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Raiders nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Here's 2nd and 8. this will be incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it's third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Here we go with Camara. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
29-yard line.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Camara. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 31-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. That's complete to his running back, Camara. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
He'll look to throw.
Intended for Alvin Kamara. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And just one tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw here. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 40-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete. Goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect. How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
After the interception, here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right, and that is incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll run on first down. Carson, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
On second down, it's Carson, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
On third down, Carson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And the Seahawks first down.
On first down, it's Carson. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They run it with Carson. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Brings up 4th down.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run for it with Smith, and he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again. Wilson. And this time will be intercepted. Picked off near the 32. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime, because I think we were headed towards one. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7.
The kickoff for the Raiders.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 yards there. First down.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. 10. Looking to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line. To throw now on first down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 37. Carlson able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. Taken in the end zone. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. On second and a couple, Wilson. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Seattle.
They'll run on first down. Carson. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Carson on the carry.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Being chased out left. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On third down, Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. Now it's Carson. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
Wilson.
A gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Wilson slings this out to Metcalf. And they'll get this down to the 10. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Brings up second and goal at the 7-yard line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal. On third down, it's Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Seahawks 14, Raiders 10. Michael Dixon to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Kamara. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Alvin Kamara, the ball carrier. Shaquem Griffin there on the tackle. A gain of a yard.
2nd and 9 now.
And 9.
They'll buy some time right. And it's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It is incomplete. Passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20. They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 1st downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White, following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6.
At the Raiders' 11-yard line.
Now Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Carson. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Seattle.
Tyler Lockett. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. So that, Charles, his second touchdown of the ball game. He had the more standard receiving touchdown earlier. This time he finds the end zone in the run game.
Yeah, it's almost as if he said, well, that's how I normally do it. That's almost boring. Give me another opportunity. This time I'll use my legs only and get into the end zone.
Fielded in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. To the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Gun with Kamara. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Number 41, Alvin.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take a run. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game. They're down 2 scores, and they need a quick one to try and get back into this one. That was one way to try and get it done. Unsuccessful in the attempt, but they have no choice but to keep trying.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's caught inside the tray. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And now the Raiders will face an important 2-point conversion attempt here. And they'll turn to Kamara. They'll try to run it here. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further.
Seahawks 21, Raiders 18. Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. He'll run it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On the delay, here's Carson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go to the century mark.
You got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line.
A gain of 14.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. On first down, Carson. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, Wilson steps away to, oh no, he lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it. Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback. Alluding to, oh no, he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. First play of the drive there is incomplete. Roll with partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle. Kind of scan the crowd. See if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive. The intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
They'll look to throw. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They run. It's Kamara. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Back to throw. Can't get it thrown away. He's taken down. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there. Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a run. He's got it in. Complete. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30. Back to throw. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right down Broadway. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
They're on 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them inbounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late, and we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime.
To kick off for Seattle.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking deep downfield. Oh, so close but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th down. Las Vegas sending out their punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done, now part 2. Wilson throwing quickly out to Lockett. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. On first down, Carson. And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. They run again with Carson. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll get this to Metcalf on the jet sweep. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here.
A 29-yard attempt.
this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the Seahawks, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Boy, you the op and your bros hating. All of them fake, I see both faces. Scared of the whip, it's a ghost racing. I knock them down to their cold cases. Marathon run, I'ma slow pace it. They did not want me to go places. Foil plans like the gold place. And if we pulling up with the whole squad, I get ready to told y'all that you better be running. I'm in my go yard when I walk in, I know y'all telling me nothing. I'm the man, sucker if y'all in denial. I get the chip on them and I bust out the south side. Is that big of the guy? Boy, yo, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, shining. White diamonds, Miley Cyrus. Private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, stylish. Masterpiece, body, done. Hey, I don't know no better. I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy. I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming. I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy. I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro. I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. Yeah, more action and no talk. I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. Hey, couple of bands up in my pocket. I don't want pause to get wild nonsense. We got momentum, don't try to stop it. Diamonds are clearer than my conscience. I don't let bygones be bygones. That's when I'm honest. Penthouse building reach heaven's heights. Now that's what you call a God complex. Remember the days I was down low when it was out cold, but I went out and got it. Look at my milestones, man, it feel like the Dow Jones when you look at my pocket. Look at the flex, whipping the Teslas. I'm a mess, but it's all a finesse. Boy, yo, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, shining. White diamonds, Miley Cyrus. Private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, stylish. Masterpiece, body, done. Hey, I don't know no better. I'm on this every day.